What's up, party people? Happy Thursday. They have got Brian Cole Jr. of Woodbridge, Virginia, in custody. He is the alleged D.C. pipe bomber. And that's pretty much all we know. I don't think they know anything other than that. They originally thought, we were talking about it before we came back from break, Chris and I, because remember originally they thought it was a woman because of the gait. The gait was different, and it looked like a woman, and you're like, I don't know. And this will be interesting. Again, these things are interesting until they're not. When eventually something may go in a way that somebody doesn't like, and government buries it, doesn't bury it, and then in the age of insanity, we're on to the next. So I don't know what will come of this. And, and here's the other thing. And this is the world that we live in. It's unfortunate. For the next 24, 48 hours, you're going to hear a gazillion things that are wrong, different pictures of him, people coming out saying, I know him, the wrong picture of him, just like when Charlie was shot, how many times it's this person, it's that. People nowadays want to be first, and people make mistakes. I tell this to people all the time. I make mistakes all the time, right? And sometimes it's just, everybody's, sometimes it's not even a mistake. It's you get a half of the data you need or the facts or whatever. But for many people out there, it's the rage bait. It's the clicks. It's the likes. It's all of the things. And even if people get it wrong, the problem is in today's world, those people don't ever get held accountable. It's like if somebody tells you the wrong thing 1,000 times and you continue to go back to them, that's kind of a you problem. So, we'll see. We will see what this brings. Because, again, I have, the information we get is a little bit ahead of you guys. But for the most part, it's going to trickle in. It's not like I don't think he's coming out and confessing right now. But the name Brian Cole Jr. of Woodbridge, Virginia, that is the identity of the January 6th alleged bomber.
Who'd he vote for?
I don't know. That's a great question. And I was asking Chris, I said, Chris, do you think it was an inside job? Do you think, was he at January 6th and his bombs didn't work? Do you think he dropped the bombs off and didn't think anything of it? And then January 6th happened and it kind of became something, but it just happened to be a coincidence?
Interesting.
Again, all of these things are things that...
Yeah, it may not even be connected to the riot.
No, dude may have just dropped him, thought he was going to I'm pissed at both sides.
Right.
And this is what you guys think. And he wasn't in January 6th, and he wanted to make a statement. And there you go. That January 6th happened. He's probably thinking, geez, I had a big day planned, and this is what happened. I don't know. So it'll be interesting, again, to see in the next 24 to 48 hours how many conspiracy theories, how many identities people get wrong as far as this is a picture of him. No, this is a picture of him. And I knew him when, because that's what happens in these things. I was telling him, Ken, the January, not January 6th, but when Charlie was shot or any shooter anywhere, how many times he's like, this is the person. No, this is the person. No, this is the person. And you're like, that's not even close to what the person ends up being or not being. So, and then you're like, wait a minute. And how many people have names that are similar to that person too? That's the other side of it.
Yeah.
Where somebody's like, this is just a regular lady. She's a housewife. She's really not the...
Well, think about this name. Brian Cole.
Oh, yeah. Junior.
There's probably a lot of Brian Coles out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And they're having to, right now, shut their all of their social media down.
Yes.
Because they're getting destroyed by people going, I knew you did it. They're like, I'm an accountant in Seattle.
Man, 5 years.
That's 5 years. And they said it was just sitting in a pile, kind of the person they suspect. And they just kind of, it's in the file. Yeah, we'll figure it out later, maybe. Maybe not. We'll figure it out. It's just, it shows you when government wants to do something, they can go and do it. And when they don't, it's just on the back burner. Interesting. Did you see that with the bear thing I sent you?
Yes. Morons.
Morons.
Complete and utter morons. Bears are not dogs.
No, they're not.
All they care about is eating.
Yes. And this is the little poem. If it's brown, lay down or stay down.
Yes, sir.
You play dead because they're not going to do anything to you. If it's black, fight back. The reason for that is black bears will go over and eat you if you lay down. And if it's white, good night.
Yes. Black bears are much more aggressive than grizzlies.
Yes. And people are so stupid, though. And
my
we always
gosh,
talk about
man.
why nature messes you up, because we got some hilarious nature stories, too. Nature doesn't just mess you up. Sometimes it makes you laugh. But we don't make fun of people who, are walking and they get attacked by a lion, right? Or a mountain lion or something. We make fun of people who try to pet the bison.
Yeah. A wild animal with horns.
Yes. Then you kind of deserve, it's like that's just nature's way of saying, hey, not only will we mess you up, you kind of deserve this.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. These 4 people that you sent me, morons.
Yes.
Absolute morons. They're lucky. They're lucky.
They are. I don't get, like they're like, Chris is joking, do you think they're liberal? I said, no, what they are is they're idiots that are doing it for the fame. Yes. And by the way, you're going to get famous. And it's not the way you think.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You're not going out in a blaze of glory. You're going out in an embarrassment, which, again, is at times kind of funny. It is. The lady that tried to, grab the shark and take a picture. What, it bit me?
Oh, it looks so sweet.
Oh, jeez, guys. I just,
yeah.
Again, it's just nature's way of saying, you know what?
I do like that one video you sent me of the guy with the fat bulldog on his shoulder.
Was he awesome? What kind of rage videos do you watch? I sent Ken one with a fat bulldog, and then I sent him one with the fattest cats on the planet.
Yes.
And the reason is we're going to do a story later because there's Cat Zempic coming.
Oh, yes. Cat Zempic.
Honest to God, there's Cat Zempic.
Cat Govey.
Yeah. Meow, Govey.
We got to get in on this, man. We got to.
Let's
we
be
got to
real,
come
though.
up with something.
Fat dogs, But I tell you what, man, when I look at fat cats, my heart smiles. There's always that cat that that will never get adopted. What's his name? His name's Pancake or Flounder. And you're like, oh, God, he's so hilarious because he just lays there and goes, bah. And it's the best. Like, how big is little Fritz? Is he chunky?
Little Fritz is a chunk. Yes, sir. He is. He's about 28 pounds, which standards are usually about, they're about 20 to 25 pounds. Fritz is definitely overweight.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they got that. You know what's funny? We have our dog Bowie, who we think has some wiener dog in him and a few other things. He's a little bit inbred, we always say. He's just something about him. He has a derp. He'll look at you and he's got an overbite. He's like, what's going on, guys? But we call him Boat Anchor because he is all muscle and he weighs like 25 pounds. And then my wife's dog is one of those she designer dogs.
Yeah.
That I think is made of feathers. But both of our dogs are fit. And our cat, our cat is super fit. Just I'm always amazed. I'm like, my God, he eats all day.
Yeah, we had some friends. They had a cat named Miss Kitty Sue.
Oh.
She was a little fatty. She whipped up on our wiener dogs, though. Well, one of them, Bentley always tried to mess with her. And, she'd slap him.
Don't be doing that.
Doing the cat slap. I love the cat slap.
Cat slap.
It's just pat, 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 pat.
Oh, so fast, aren't they? What do you think of those apples? You want some more of this? I got some of this.
Yeah, Boo didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. He left Miss Kitty Sue alone after a couple of those.
Well, especially if you lose an eye.
Yeah, she was declawed, fortunately for Bentley Boo. Or Boo he probably would have lost an eye.
Sue.
Little Miss Kitty Sue. She was a fatty, man.
Oh, my goodness me.
Sweet cat.
I love the fact that you wonder why the rest of the world hates us. We're like, hey, guys, we know that there's war going on in your world, and we know that there's a drought and that all of these things are happening, but our animals are so fat from all of the food, we had to come up with medicine for them because they can't control themselves.
Yeah, we got it rough over here, man.
When you think about the amount of money that, and we'll talk about this later, that we spend on our animals, Christmas,
oh man,
Halloween, and then let's not forget when it comes to vet bills.
Yeah.
We probably more than most GDPs globally to make sure that Fluffies and Snuggles is okay.
Yeah. And we wonder why when we walk into some veterinarians' offices, there's nothing but stuff they're trying to sell you.
That's what they're trying to do. The minute you walk in, it's like, would you like to sign up for a care card?
Yeah.
Wait, why? I'm just here to get, my dog dewormed. Well, your dog may have some disease.
We're going to have to take some tests.
And, people go into debt over their animals.
Yeah.
Mostly women. You know who you are.
We went to this one place, man. I won't name it. But the wife gets really worried whenever Fritz eats stuff that he's not supposed to outside. And it's usually another dog's dropping.
Yes.
And it makes him sick.
Yeah.
Well, this one was particularly, worrisome to my wife, so we took him someplace. These people are trying to get me to leave Fritz overnight because they're claiming that he's dehydrated, and we need to rehydrate him. You're gonna have to leave him overnight. Let us hook him up, to an IV. And I said, let me tell you something. This dog is gonna be fine. Just if there's something serious, do a test on him and let me know. But no, you're not hooking my dog up to an IV for $5,000 overnight.
That's so ridiculous.
And there were so many dogs in this place that were in crates hooked up to IVs. And I don't think any of them needed it.
No,
I'm not an expert.
It's one of those places that you go for, like, who is it? It's where you can go and rejuvenate yourself. They give you a vitamin B shot.
Kind of like what Diddy.
Yeah.
Kind of the Diddy treatment.
Yeah. So, hey, are you really hungover? Come over and get a vitamin B. And they bring you all of those because they do that. They'll come to your house, and it's insane. My grandmother used to do that. And for like 2 days, she'd be like, ah. And then eventually I was like, I don't know if it's working, Grandma. And then she'd be crazy, and I was like, it's obviously not working because Grandma's crazy.
It's just my own opinion, but if you walk into an animal clinic and there's nothing but product they're trying to sell you, you might want to think twice. That's just me.
Well, it's probably where they make their best money. It's like the same thing with the hair place. Those people make so much of their money off the back bars, they call it. But they're trying to sell you something, right?
He's a little dehydrated.
You go to Costco now, even at the pharmacy, they're trying to sell you pet pharmacy stuff.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I got a good story about, our cat Threador who passed away a few years ago. Why we called him Threador, because he was hilarious.
Threador.
So much stuff to get to today. We're going to have some fun, as what we do here. Talk some serious stuff as well. I know that the boat briefings are going on today. So behind closed doors. So that means there's actually real conversations about.
Are they going to hold hearings?
Well, the hearings are all behind closed doors. They may have some public ones down the road, but getting the info, when you know that nobody's allowed in, the media, they're probably discussing something a little bit more open way than they would about who was responsible for what. Talk about that. A bunch of other crazy stories and the jobs. Man, we got to start, we got to be honest about the jobs. These numbers are ugly. And Trump continuing to say that it's a hoax. is not a winning strategy. Even Burchett said it yesterday. We'll talk about that as well. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. This is Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. See, that's awful.
Terrible. It's a terrible, terrible story.
And I'm going to go with it's a Rottweiler, pit bull.
They were pits.
Yeah. That is just horrific. And people get those, and they're ill-equipped to handle them.
You've got to know what you're doing with certain breeds. You just do.
100%. Oh, God, yes. I mean, certain breeds. I mean, how many times have you walked down the street and seen somebody, in particular, either an older person, but mostly a woman, who's got a dog that is way too big for them to handle? And you're thinking to yourself, what happens when that thing gets loose? You know? And it's already tugging. Or those people that get these and they want them to be tough. And what happens? Stuff like this. That is horrific. It is.
Yeah, it's terrible, man.
You know, and to think, you know, we always talk like sharks, and you know, we were talking about bears earlier, but dogs, they kill way more than you know, sharks and bears do. And a lot of times it's kids, right? You know, you got especially infants. Why? Because you have people who are irresponsible, who get animals they shouldn't have. Then they have a kid, and then it's not the first time, and it won't be the last time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not. You know, I'm not condemning any breed. What I'm condemning is I'm condemning the people that get them and they do not know what they're doing. Because a dog is a dog.
Yes.
And a breed is a breed. A dog, if they're an animal, they run off instinct. And some of these people get these dogs to make themselves, to elevate their own status, and they're just morons. And I've known some of these people.
Yes.
I've known someone who decided it would be neat to get a couple of German Shepherd puppies. Well, those German Shepherd puppies just kind of sat in the backyard and were neglected until one day they got out and went around killing all the neighborhood dogs.
That is nuts.
The puppies grew up.
Yeah. And
didn't like being neglected.
Didn't like being neglected. Didn't see humans as something that they should respect. And chances are they were smarter than the person who had them, got out, and did what came natural to them at that point.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, they were probably kind of feral. And everything was potentially, was kill or be killed in their mind. God, it is just...
Yeah, these dogs, man, they were well over 100 pounds, man. I mean, these were some big German Shepherds. But just the amount of people, and little dogs bite more. Everybody's like, well, little dogs bite. Yeah, little dogs bite more. But you know what? My dog, Red, he weighs 6 pounds. Well,
and he's not venomous.
Yeah, and I mean, Fritz. I mean, I've said it on the air. I had to stop taking Fritz to the dog park because it was Fritz causing the trouble.
Yeah, Fritz. Well, he likes to throw down.
But I'm a responsible owner.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. My dog is going to get killed because he's picking fights with bigger dogs.
But you said it right there. You're a responsible owner. And that's where so many of these things go wrong. Because people like the idea of something, they don't like the responsibility of it.
Right.
And I've seen that in the world because I've had so many exotic things. And I've seen too many people used to come in when I was working with my buddy Jay, and they would come in and they would, I want to get, no, I'm not selling you that.
Yeah.
I'm not selling you that because you were
right.
You were unequipped to handle what it's going to become. Mm-hmm. You see it as 11-inch little, monitor lizard that is eventually going to be 5.5 feet.
Yes.
If you feed it right and do what you're supposed to, it's going to be 75 pounds, and you're thinking it's going to be a status, and it's going to get, and you could tell people would come in, and they love the idea, hate the responsibility.
Right.
Let's go and write that down. Put that on a shirt.
Yes, sir.
All right, coming up, talk a little bit about the financial world, the economy, which affects us all. And the Republicans need to fix their messaging. And Trump cannot continue to say it's a hoax. It doesn't work. Mispronounced words. We'll talk about that. Australia is doing something when it comes to kids and social media. We'll talk about that as well. If you're missing the show, we say shame on you. Grab the podcast. It is the Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 99.7. A lot of you chiming in about pit bulls, saying it's just a lot of people should never own those dogs. And it's sad because it's not the dog. It's the owner. It's irresponsible people.
All the time.
Yeah. Can things happen? Absolutely. I mean, yes, things can happen. But they're still a beast, right? Like if you think about a dog in the way that, if you had a cat that big, you would approach it in a much different way, right? But yeah, you're still going to get, if it was a pet, you'll still be friendly with it. But there is always that chance. Those jaws are going to turn and do something, even if they're playing. But when you're irresponsible, I remember I was in Georgia, and I was on a mini vacation, and I went to like an adoption day. It was really cool. And so I go to this adoption day with my friend, and because they're giving free shots out, like one of those days, free shots. Probably 200 people in line with mostly pit bulls, and a lot of them were. You could tell they got big collars and they've got the harnesses, and you're thinking, God, yeah. It's like a loaded gun.
Yeah.
But the difference is the loaded gun isn't going to on its own turn around and bite you.
Right.
At least I hope not, because if that happened, well, then we'd have a lot of issues.
Yeah, that'd be a real problem then. Hopefully there's never AI guns.
Oh, that's coming. You know it is. God, that's crazy, right? The AI stuff that's coming, the guns. Oh, yeah. You don't think they're building stuff? You don't think they're talking? What was the other day? They had two AIs talk to each other for the umpteenth time, this new one.
Yeah.
And they then asked if they would like to basically go talk in their own language, so nobody else, so they could handle business without the people knowing on their own. Hey, do you want to get off here and just go have like coffee? And we'll talk in our own language. Goodness me. The job market, let's be honest, okay? I'm an honesty cat. You guys know that? Some of you get pissed because you're picking on. No, I'm not. I am telling you the truth. I don't care about anything other than the truth. Truth matters the most. And the numbers right now are ugly. We can pretend that they're not. Highest layoffs since the pandemic. This year alone, 1.1 million people. And manufacturing? Does it mean it's the worst thing ever? No. But when you, and we talk about it all the time, when you tell everybody it's not real, doesn't exist, it's a hoax, people don't like that. They don't. Trump again yesterday talking about, and this is he's doing it on a daily basis because people are asking the question. And look at the numbers, by the way, including Republicans now, who are saying, okay, no, this is the affordability issue is now your issue. It is not a Biden issue. It is your issue. And the more that you try to push it onto Biden, the more that you tell everybody it's not real, the more that people get frustrated.
Just about everything is down. You know, this whole thing is, they use the word affordability. It's a Democrat hoax. They're the ones that drove the prices up. And all they do is say affordability, and you're supposed to say, oh, that means they had low prices. No, we inherited the worst inflation in the history of our country. They say 48 years, but let's say that's history. I don't believe that. Biden had, because of his stupid ways and between his energy policies and his spending policies, we had the worst inflation in the history of our country. And now our prices are coming down. And they're coming down for cars, and they're coming down. I mean, did you hear yesterday when Chris Wright from Energy, the head of energy in our country, said, there are now parts of our country, it's all happening, $1.99 for gasoline, a gallon. And we have it at $2.50, $2.60. It was at $5. And that's bigger than any tax cut we could give. And, for the average family, that's considered bigger than any tax cut.
And look, it is a great thing that gas is coming down, but some things coming down, some things not coming down. The overall feeling is, and you've got to take it in, if I only lived off of gas, that'd be great. But I have to purchase other things. And that's where it starts to add up. And when you tell everybody, and this is the one thing, you can gaslight people, you can lie, you can push the envelope, you can reframe things in everything except for the economy. People don't buy it. They don't. And it's a messaging issue, yes. And that first message has to change if you want to win next year and not have the last 2 years of your presidency be investigation after investigation.
So the word affordability, when they mention it, you ever watch them? It's all about, I saw the young lady that lost last night. She lost by a lot more than they thought. And we have a great new candidate in Congress, really great, Matt Van Epps. But I saw last night, she said, it's all about affordability, all about it. They never talk about like the specifics. Right. Everything was through the roof. Eggs, when I took over, eggs were 4 times higher than they ever were. We got the prices down to the lowest level. Yep. I mean, amazing. But they never, you got to watch, they're great con people. It's like the Inflation Reduction Act. And after they got it approved, because everybody said inflation reduction, they admitted it had nothing to do with reducing inflation. It's a con job.
Well, it was a con job. And the inflation, the inflation reduction, that was a nightmare. And again, part of the problem. Part of the problem. But you're telling people that affordability is a myth, Stephen Moore. You're telling people, well, the reason that all these jobs have gone away is because of the government shutdown. No, it's not. This is, by the way, this is all year. You were shut down for 50 days, and it didn't affect people realistically until about 20 days into it across the board. It affected the government workers a lot more. But it's not a con job. It's not a hoax. And when you do that, because people do what? I'm looking at my bank account. That's odd. And it's a messaging issue.
I think affordability is the greatest kind of. They look at you and they say, affordability. They don't say anything else. Everyone says, oh, their prices were so low. No, they had the worst inflation. We had the highest prices we ever had. And now they're all coming down, including beef is coming down. Beef was up there a little bit. Our ranchers did well, but we got to make them do a little bit less well, perhaps. But the beef is now coming down. Coffee is now coming down. It's all coming down. And it's a beautiful thing to see. But remember this, when they use the word affordability, they never say anything else. This election's about affordability, and then they go into the next subject. It's a con job. They caused the highest prices in the history of our country, the worst inflation in the history of our country, and we're getting those prices down, and they're coming down rapidly, and you'll see those results very soon.
And do I think they're eventually? Well, no. Do I think they're eventually going to come down? No, I don't. I think some will. They'll level off. What has to happen is the wages have to come up at some point in time. And if the wages don't come up, because remember, there's going to be natural inflation, stuff that just happens, 2.5%, 2%, that's the mythical 2. But it is, can the wages grow? Can wages strengthen? Can they push through, get past where you're outpacing what is coming? Some stuff is yes. The bird flu, right? I never blamed Biden for that. That was, for God's sakes, it was bird flu. I don't blame Trump for beef being so high. But don't say, it's because the farmers are doing it. We had Scott Sapicki in here. He's like, yeah, that's not true. There's a lot of things, including they've got a monopoly when it comes to the meat packing, then the Brazil. There's a lot of things that go into it, including, yes, the droughts. Those things they're all part of it. But when you tell people it's a hoax, it's a myth, they're making stuff up, that's what Biden did. That's what he did. Remember, it's transitory. Yellen would come out, it's transitory. They would all do, it was not transitory. And finally, after 3.5 years, like, yeah, I guess this isn't as transitory as we thought. No, it's not. Tim Burchett talking about this.
Concerned at all that this was closer than it has been in the past?
I'm always concerned, to be honest with you. And, yeah, we got a real problem, and we better wake up.
What about issues like affordability and the like? Do you guys need to do a better job on those issues?
Of course we need to. The best friend the Democrats have right now is the Republicans' messaging, because we do a terrible job of messaging.
You do. You come out and you say, look, guys, things... you put 40 pounds on. You don't wake up on a Tuesday fit. The next day, you're like, oh, my God, I'm fat. It happens over time. And when you want to get fit, what happens? It takes time. You have to change certain things. It's not an overnight thing. You come out and message to the people, we're with you. Touch grass, as they say. Get down with the people. Talk to them. Shake them, saying we're doing everything we can. This is not a simple thing. You want to talk about something that is a true threat to our country. It is this ridiculous inflation and the fact that we've got so many people that are worried. Our goal is to get these things down, and we're working in every way, shape, or form to bring these things down, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen Thursday. It's like everything else. You get on the scale, and that 40 pounds, well, it's 38 pounds away from where I want to be. And that's how you do it. But if you just say, nah, it's not real. It's a myth. It's not real. It's because of this. It's because of Biden. It's because of this. That's falling on deaf ears. And people are getting frustrated. That's why I get frustrated, because you can reason with people because it's about being honest. Look, I was handed, inflation through the roof. Yes, some of it was starting to come down a little bit, but it wasn't coming down the way that, that the media might want you to think, or this, that. And then you talk it out, but you come out and you blame everybody else, or you say it's not real. And then what happens is people get frustrated. And you don't want that. And you've got, not just, by the way, Burgess, so many other Republicans are coming out going, guys, we got to change our messaging. People will give you a chance, but when you tell them, it's not real, eventually they go, well, you know what? Obviously, you're not paying attention to me. All right, coming up, words matter. Lots of words matter. Mispronounced words. We'll talk a little bit about that, among other things. Plus, I did my urban word of the day, and I'm going to throw this one out to you guys about what jobs would fit this. We'll talk a bit about that as well. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.